In his new book named The New ABCs of Research, Ben Schneiderman highlighted there is a growing expectations from the industry practitioners and governments that scientific knowledge should be made useful. Towards that goal, various SCI research often provide design implications, guidelines, and frameworks that translate academic research insights into actionable recommendations for designers to inform the design of products and services. However, there is a long concern among SCI researchers that their research insights do not influence the professionals as much as they could. Despite the efforts, designers often find academic content too abstract, complex, jargon-laden, difficult to use, and not detailed enough to prompt the use of research findings into their workflow. For instance, CHI papers, which are a critical research resource in the academic community, according to Rodell et al., only a few CHI papers were oriented towards supporting design practice. To address this tension around academic research and practice, Norman used the metaphor research practice gap. Through our research, we want to bridge this gap using card-based translational tool in the context of societal resilience. With that note, I'm Novia Nurain. Welcome you all to the presentation entitled Designing a Card-Based Design Tool to Bridge Academic Research and Design Practice for Societal Resilience. In this paper, we envision to address these two research questions. First, how can a card-based translational design tool be designed to support designers applying academic research insights to inform societal resilience design? Second, how do designers apply academic research insights in their design work using a card-based translational design tool in the context of societal resilience? In this paper, we define societal resilience as society's capacity to anticipate, absorb, and adapt to disruptions or changes. It is a multifaceted process which depends on a variety of factors such as social, economic, environmental, and political. In this paper, we focus on social dimensions of societal resilience. To address these proposed research questions, we first developed translational design cards for societal resilience. Then we conducted a two-stage study, that is a design feedback session with 14 student designers and remote collaborative workshops with 8 professional designers. First, I'm going to talk about how we developed the initial version of translational design cards. Here, our design goal is to make academic research insights about social aspects of societal resilience more accessible to designers. To do so, we first select academic research grounded frameworks. While selecting the frameworks, our objective is to opt for those that exhibit non-overlapping constructs and effectively capture the essence and configurations of various social aspects of societal resilience, such as social support, social spaces, social activities, social connections, etc. Next, we transform these frameworks into design cards. To balance the challenges of providing adequate information and communicate comprehensive research insights effectively, without overwhelming the designers, we designed 3 types of cards with varying level of details, such as theme card for high-level constructs, detail cards for sub-constructs, and example cards for conceptual examples. Lastly, we decide on the card's medium, visuals, and textual contents. Once we have developed the initial version, then we conducted design feedback session with student designers. Prior research has emphasized on involving professional designers in the design of translational tools. However, due to resource and time constraints, it's not always possible to involve professional designers into the end-to-end design cycle of translational tools. Therefore, through an iterative design feedback session, our goal was to perform rapid iterations of the earlier version of the cards based on participant feedback. And we continue this iterative process until the feedback from participants do not trigger any major changes in the cards. The study comprised of 3 phases: onboarding, design feedback with the design activity and critique session, and lastly, card iteration phase. The most recent version of the card is then used with the next participant. Based on participants' feedback, we performed 2 types of changes. We performed changes to information architecture to allow designers to scan and skim information as needed. These revisions included changes to language, wordings, creation of transition clues, and adjustments of aesthetics and visual elements. We also performed conceptual changes to clarify card contents. The figure shows the evolution of the card deck. Once we had the final version of the card deck, we conducted collaborative workshop with professional designers, where our objective is to observe, unpack, and solicit cards' use and value in the design process by the professional designers. For collaborative workshop, we adopt Google Design Sprint format, which has steps such as map, diverge, decide, and prototype. We added the step reflect to explore participants' perceptions and reflections. Next, we are going to highlight some of the key findings from this study. We uncovered how designers use the cards in their design process. Designers use the cards for understanding the problem space, such as define, structure, and converge the problem space. Designers also use the cards for brainstorming to diverge from their unidirectional thinking process. Participants mentioned cards' potential use for evaluating and revisiting their ideas. For instance, workshop participant WP7 considered the cards to be similar as Nielsen's heuristics that can be used to evaluate apps from different perspectives. Lastly, participants shared using the cards in communicating and advocating design ideas with their team members when they have different opinions. We also explored the effectiveness of our design cards. We found participants use the cards to reflect on and embed constructs of the framework. The table shows how different constructs of the framework were used in the design ideas for societal resilience. Lastly, participants also talk about opportunities of these design cards. They found the card deck can be an important resource toolkit. For instance, workshop participant WP3 metaphorically considered design cards as machine learning process to personalize design library to fit designers' needs. Designers also discuss how this card can be used for alternative audiences such as community members beyond the designers. They also talked about how the cards can be adopted to address contexts beyond crisis contexts, such as various social issues. Next, building on our findings, we discuss effectiveness of the design cards as translational tools. To ensure cards' efficacy, we need to balance guidance and freedom to allow designers structure and constrain their design process without restricting their freedom and expressions. To attain this, we took 3 approaches. The card deck contains additional cards such as overview and instruction cards to provide suggestion of the card use rather than specific usage guideline. We use visual and textual clues as subtle reminder. We also keep card constructs such as probing questions and examples open-ended so that designers can appropriate them based on their goals and needs. Next, we discuss how translational cards can be made extensible through a repeatable structure while offering flexibility to accommodate new research insights and simplify the card creation process. Towards that goal, we went through a three-step approach. That is, transform high-level framework constructs into theme cards, translate the sub-constructs into sub-considerations for detail cards, and illustrate constructs and sub-constructs with non-technical conceptual examples for example cards. And lastly, we provide design recommendation for card content, medium, and audiences to inform future design of card-based translational tool beyond the context of societal resilience. For card content, we suggest keeping the constructs open-ended to invite discussion and initiate thinking beyond the design context. We encourage being mindful of different affordances, strengths, and weaknesses of various card mediums, such as physical and digital, that can influence card use and interactions. And lastly, we suggest considering alternative users beyond designers, such as product manager, community members, and also explore additional resources and support needed to facilitate card use by these broader audiences. Therefore, in a nutshell, in this research, we explored the design and use of card-based translational tool in the context of societal resilience. We found translational design cards support designers to make sense of research insights and apply the knowledge in the design process, such as understanding, brainstorming, evaluating, revisiting, communicating, and advocating. Based on our finding, we provided a couple of contributions to SCI. We present a card-based translational tool to make academic knowledge more accessible in the context of societal resilience. We provide insights into the process of constructing card-based translational tool. Next, we provide empirical understanding of the design card's generative value for incorporating research insights into the design process. And lastly, we discuss opportunities and recommendations for card content, medium, and audiences to inform future SCI work on translational design tool. With that note, we encourage you reading our paper and attending our presentation session. See you all at CHI 24. Thank you.